G'day friends, welcome back to Bush Rats. I'm Young Lee. We're out in the bush today. We've got the new family super tourer on the tracks, and today we're just going to do a little update video on where the old Rodeo is at 2-3 months in after having it. So got a few mod cons done here and there, a fair bit of maintenance. We're just going to run through a few products as well that we like to use to keep camping cheap and affordable. Because, you know, Bush Rats, we ain't fancy but we're cheap. And just a few items here and there that we like to use to keep camping super simple, super easy, and you know what camping's meant to be. You know, getting away from the technologies, the stuff and the things and all that, and just getting out there and enjoying a nice simple night out or two with the family in the bush. So let's get cracking and see what we've done to this thing. So if you watched the last video on the old family super tourer, this video right here, you would have seen I was umming and ahhing about whether to keep the tyres the stock size, keeping the original rims. A couple of days later after making that video, I ran into my buddy Jay. If you watch the channel, you know who Jay is as well. Went around Jay's house, he'd been doing a few mod cons in his ute, and sitting right next to him he had a pile of tyres, some 31s here, and I was like, Jay, what are you doing with them tyres, buddy? He's like, oh, let's see if they fit on the Rodeo. And here they are, we got some Toyo 31 all-terrain open countries. We've done a dodgy deal, backyard deals, and here we are. We've got our 31s and a set of black Sunraisers, original centre caps. I think they're only about 6 months old, so that kept us from breaking the bank, and cheers to Jay for helping us out on that. But I think she sits quite nice with the 31s. No scrubbing, no rubbing, no lift kit or anything as well, but she's, yeah, same size as the old Koori that I got as well. Not bad at all. I reckon that was a good start to the mod cons. So the next few mod cons we did, it's not so much mod cons, but maintenance. I like to put my money into the maintenance of the car. You know, frankly, I like to keep my cars fairly stock and clean. I like to keep the trays fairly empty. I don't want to be driving around with a rooftop tent fucking 7 days a week and more power in the car than you've got in your house. I like to keep it super simple, you know, maybe a couple bags with your camping and recovery gear. But like I said, maintenance, first thing we did. So under here, first thing we did was remove just a fucking shit ton of dodgy wiring. There was wiring from every set of spotlights that this thing had ever had in its life just still left in there. So thanks to me buddy E-Dog from Dads and Lads. Pulled a heap of wiring out for us. I'll pick that up in a minute. We replaced a whole mess of hoses as well. We had a bunch of old hoses in there. New intake hose, bunch of fuel line hoses. What else have we done? A couple of belts too. Changed all the belts. Full blown maintenance sort of stuff, guys. So we, you know, dropped the oil, coolant. Can't remember what. E-Dog, what else do we do? Just spent a couple of days just in here, just tidying everything up. But she's running absolutely mint now. We've had no dramas with her mechanically so far, which has been an absolute treat. So, yeah, the old diesels, get one. So yeah, plenty of maintenance done on the old girl. As far as issues or anything we've had with her, every single bush in the front looked like they'd never been changed in the front suspension. So we did the, no mechanic, but yeah, the bushes, the upper control arms, the tie rod ends, the steering rack, all the bushes were just flogged out. So the thing was, to go straight, you had to pretty much drive like this. So she had a lot of movement in there. So E-Dog hammered away and chiseled out nuts and fucking yeah, so we got that all replaced. So that was a good 2 days on the tools, I think, just to change all that. Everything was just seized on there tight. I think she was still running all the stock sort of front suspension gear in there as well. But yeah, I think the only thing that's been replaced, we got a receipt for in that glove box there, was the shocky. So all that's been changed now, and now she just drives straight as a dime, and she just handles $1 million on the road as well. So real happy with that. That was the best money spent on that one. So she's nice and safe for the misso to drive as well. Got a baby seat in the back now for the young fella. Yeah, so we just take this thing out for cruises all the time. Done a couple of camping trips. And speaking of camping, let's see what sort of mods we've got for camping done in here. as you can see, not much. Like I said, I like to keep it super empty in here. The canopy cover, I don't know if I'm the hugest fan of having that on, but just for the young fella, putting the pram in and keeping the dust out of everything, I think it's going to be staying on. At some point down the line, I'd love to put a tray on it and maybe like a canvas canopy sort of setup as well. But this does the job. There's just nothing worse than if you need that thing in that fucking back corner there. You just can't get it. But yeah, onto the positive ModCon side of things. As far as storage and all that, we've just been running these Grab Me Gear clear top bags. Like I don't want to put any drawer systems or anything in here, like keep it super simple. So we've been using these for a little while. If you watched the channel, had them in the career, but we've literally got like a toiletries one, a small one, tent pegs and tie downs and all that sort of thing, and another one. This is the best one so far. This is the old baby stuff in here. So thanks to Jimmy for hooking us up with a couple of bags. Grab Me Gear, check them out, they make some good stuff. These bags are super industrial. Been running these ones for about 3 years, the original ones. They're a little grubby, but they work well. This one here's all my cooking gear, spices, plates, utensils, glad wrap, all that sort of shit. So this one gets dragged around everywhere on the episodes. Young Lee's kitchen. But yeah, so we just jam all them in, all 4 of them. That's everything we sort of really need. Other than that, we picked up a nice tent as well. We've got this new RV3 fucking canvas tent thing. I'll put some clips up as well. Picked that up second hand off my buddy Kane as well. We've done a dodgy deal on that one there as well to keep the prices down. That's what we're all about. But that works well. It's got a little awning on it as well. So I want to get some roof racks for it, but I don't want to pay $600 for some fucking 2 rails on it to get an awning. So I think we'll just run the tent with that little awning for the time being until we sort out down the line getting a tray on it and a proper canvas canopy. But yeah, storage solutions sorted. Grab Me Gear, check them out. But that's everything we sort of need for that. Now speaking of Grab Me Gear and babies, also picked up this little ute bin bag. Hooks in over the back of the tailgate. It's a nice little protective thing here. Super thick heavy duty canvas. Inside we got a vinyl, I think you call it vinyl, plastic looking liner. Got your cans and bottles, but we use this when we go camping for nappies. It works out real well. So we go camping all the time and you just see fucking dirty nappies up in the bush and toilet paper and all sorts. I mean, I probably wouldn't take a shit in it, but yeah, put all your rubbish in the bag, drag it along on the back. She's a bit dusty, but she's been on there solid for about a month now. And other than the dust, she's still as good as the day we got it. So pick up your rubbish, storage solutions. Check them out. Just gonna have a little squizzy in the car now. Then we put some new speakers in here for the doof doof. Couple patches on the dash. Nothing. We've done nothing on the inside. We've just kept her clean. Yeah, nothing. As far as in the back, we've just hooked up a baby seat for the young fella. He bloody froths going for drives. You pop him in there and just head on out on a gravel track and he's straight to sleep. So camping as well. If you've got a baby and you worry about going camping, don't know about yours, but ours is super chill. You know, he sleeps better out in the bush. What are you doing? Gives him heaps to look at. Fucking loves a good tree. Yeah, give it a try. This whole episode I'm just showing you the sort of minimal stuff you need to go camping with a baby. So just a simple rig rundown, baby camping super tourer. 12 volt as well. This is the last thing I'm going to go over, I reckon. To save on costs, we haven't worried about setting up too much 12 volt system. We've got E-Dog put a little plug in the back here with a USB and a 12 volt that hooks up to the main battery, just for charging your phone or chucking the angle on for day missions. A little while ago, about a year ago, Blue Eddy sent us out this lithium power pack. I think it's called an EB70. EB70. Check that video out, there's one right here if you're interested in that. I've ran this thing a few times. If you're doing like a long camping trip over a few days, I'll always bring it to charge the drones, the phones, the laptops. A few times my battery's died and I plug the angle in. It does a good job on that. I think you get well over 24 hours on like a 40-degree day running your angle on that, as long as you've got some food in it. But the fellas over at Blue Eddy a year later have hooked us up with fold out solar panel. Let me hold her up, there you go. That's it all set up. So you're talking 120 watts of input power. I don't know too much about that sort of stuff, but they pack up real compact. They charge this thing, one cord, adjustable legs on it for your dangles of the sun. And yeah, just a nice compact, easy solution. I'm not going to say that this is cheaper than getting a 12 volt setup, but I already had this. So I thought, may as well use what I've got instead of spending more money on batteries and 12 volt gear. I think maybe down the line we'll set up a proper 12 volt system, but at the moment that's just used for the family, camping with the baby and stuff, and I've got the courier there still, which I use for cooking missions and daily trips and getting wood and all sorts. So, but Bluetti, it's a nice compact unit, which works well for us as well. So, and like I said, you can take it in and out, which I like to do to try and keep the trays nice and empty for tip runs or anything else that you want to do. Happy with it. Bluetti, grab me gear. A couple of good products there, guys. We're not that into the product review and turn the channel into a advertising 24/7 sort of thing. But if there is a good product, like our fishing gear as well, we love Razor Edge Lures. Check them out, good fishing shit. Grab me gear, been using their bags since the channel started. Ripper stuff. Bags are still going strong, haven't had to replace it or buy another one. Bluetti. I don't know much about power, but that thing does what we need it to do, so it works really well. Solar panels, another added bonus, and just keeping the build or the Super Tourer down to just a nice cheap runabout price. So don't get me wrong, I can appreciate a $100,000 setup and a dual cab chopped, whatever. I can appreciate all that sort of stuff, but for us, we like to keep it super chill, super minimalist, and that keeps us getting out there more often, rather than working to pay off the gear. So each to their own. If you like your rooftop tents, enjoy. But for me it's swag, keeping it simple, and just getting out there more often than not. So if you've got a young fella or a young girl or a baby, I had mates telling me they couldn't think of anything worse than trying to take a baby camping. Me and the missus, we just loaded up. We just thought we'd give it a go, you know. So everything you need, literally for the baby, as whether you're bottle feeding or not, I'm sure a kettle or something can sort that out, some formula. This whole bag is pretty much all we need, apart from his pram and some blankets and stuff in the bassinet, and you know, so you got fucking nappies, baby wipes, the creams, the dummies, that sort of stuff, but it all fits into one bag. We chuck the pram in, the tent, 2 chairs, gas bottle, the Weber. So in summer it'd be easier if you're just having a fire, but we can jam all that shit into here, and we're off. So give it a go. It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be, and our young fella loves it. You know, he's keeps him occupied. He, like I said, fucking loves staring at the trees. Doesn't cry. He sleeps better out in the bush than he does at home. So we've taken him marroning, fishing a couple of times. So you just got to have a crack. Just give it a go. So don't just get him into it early. Is all I can say. I'm no expert, but that's what people tell me. Get him into it early. So that's it for the old Super Tourer, guys. I think budget-wise, like I said, we've spent $3.5. We've got some tyres. We've done a few mod cons. We've done a few maintenance things, buying parts. So I think I'm going to call it $5,000 for the new family Super Tourer. So just goes to show you can get out there with not too much. As far as, like, you know, I glamp it a little. I got an angle. We got a Bluetti power thing. But I mean, you can get out there with a $3 bag of ice, an esky, jump on Gumtree, grab a couple of chairs, you'll get them for fucking $10. And old swags, people rip on that brand Kings, but they make, I've been running a Big Daddy Deluxe for 3 years now. It's as good as the day I bought it. So, I mean, Kings make good gear for what it is, and I think you can get a swag now for $130 or something. So you don't need all the gear, you just need, you want to be sleeping well, you want to be shitting right, and eating good. And if you're bringing the young fella, you just want to make sure that they're comfy as well. So get out there, give it a whirl. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. If you had fun on this one, let us know. We'll be back to the fishing and all that sort of stuff soon. Want him to do an episode taking the young fella out camping, show you what camping with a baby is really like. So we'll see you guys out on the tracks.